Nobody saw this coming. Alabama's quarterback battle has just been named the biggest story in college football. Crimson Tide Nation, I have to ask you something right away. Are we about to witness the beginning of Alabama's next legendary quarterback? Or are we heading into one of the toughest decisions Kalen DeBoer has faced since arriving in Tuscaloosa? Before we dive into this huge story, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because if you're passionate about Alabama football, this is where you'll stay informed with every major update leading up to kickoff. Now let's talk about the news that has everyone across college football buzzing. According to USA Today Sports, Alabama doesn't just have another quarterback competition. The Crimson Tide has been officially labeled as the most intriguing quarterback battle in all of college football heading into the 2026 season. Think about that for a second. Programs like Tennessee, Florida, Clemson, and several other national powers all have quarterback questions. Yet analysts believe the biggest storyline in America belongs right here in Tuscaloosa. That alone tells you how much is riding on this decision. At the center of it all are two quarterbacks with completely different paths but the exact same goal: becoming Alabama's next starting quarterback. On one side is Keelan Russell, the former five-star recruit who arrived with enormous expectations. Every recruiting service praised his talent, his arm strength, and his ability to make explosive plays. Fans have been waiting patiently to see what he can become, and now that opportunity may finally be here. Standing across from him is Austin Mack, a quarterback who already knows Kalen DeBoer's offensive system inside and out. Mack followed DeBoer from Washington to Alabama after the 2023 season, learning the offense every step of the way. He doesn't have the same recruiting hype Russell carried, but he brings something coaches always value: experience. And that's exactly why this battle has become so fascinating. When Alabama held its annual A-Day game back in April, many fans hoped the scrimmage would provide clear answers. Instead, it created even more questions. Keelan Russell took the majority of the snaps and delivered an eye-catching performance. He completed 21 of 33 passes for 240 yards, threw 4 touchdown passes, and had 1 interception. Every time he stepped onto the field, flashes of elite potential were impossible to ignore. You could see why recruiting experts once considered him one of the nation's premier quarterback prospects. Austin Mack didn't receive as many opportunities during A-Day, but he still showed why he's firmly in this race. He completed 7 of his 13 passes for 111 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. His numbers weren't as flashy, but coaches often evaluate much more than statistics. They pay attention to decision-making, command of the offense, communication, and consistency. And that's where this story becomes even more interesting. College football analyst Austin Curtright recently explained why he believes Alabama's quarterback competition stands above every other battle in the country. His reasoning was simple. Austin Mack has experience. Keelan Russell has tremendous upside. That's the dilemma facing Kalen DeBoer. Do you trust the quarterback who has already spent years learning your offense and has valuable game experience? Or do you hand the keys to one of the most talented young quarterbacks Alabama has recruited in years? That question could define Alabama's entire season. What's even more exciting is that Keelan Russell's national reputation continues to grow. Recently, The Athletic ranked him as the second highest-rated projected first-year starting quarterback among all 138 Football Bowl subdivision teams. The only player ranked ahead of him was Mississippi State freshman Camario Taylor. Think about what that means. Russell has barely played meaningful college football, yet analysts across the country already believe he has the talent to become one of the nation's best new starting quarterbacks. Last season, he saw only limited action during Alabama's dominant victories over Louisiana Monroe and Eastern Illinois. He appeared in just 38 offensive snaps, but even with those limited opportunities, he completed 11 of 15 passes for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Every time he stepped onto the field, he gave Alabama fans another reason to believe his future could be incredibly bright. Austin Mack's journey has been very different. Serving as Ty Simpson's backup last season, Mack completed 24 of his 32 passes for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns across 4 appearances. While those numbers don't jump off the page, they represent valuable live-game experience, something coaches never overlook when preparing for a championship run. As preseason practices continue, every throw, every read, every leadership moment, and every decision becomes more important than ever. And then came perhaps the biggest clue of all. During an appearance on SportsCenter earlier this year, Kalen DeBoer was asked directly what Russell and Mac needed to do to earn the starting job for Alabama's season opener against East Carolina. His answer spoke volumes. He didn't mention arm strength. He didn't mention athletic ability. He didn't even mention statistics. Instead, DeBoer focused on one word: consistency. According to the Alabama head coach, both quarterbacks are capable of making spectacular plays. Their ceilings are incredibly high. But what will separate one from the other isn't who throws the prettiest deep ball. It's leadership. It's consistency. It's the ability to command the huddle every single day. DeBoer praised both quarterbacks for the leadership they've already shown throughout spring practice, saying he's proud of how they've balanced competing against one another while still putting the team's success first. That tells you everything you need to know about where this competition stands today. There isn't a clear winner. Not yet. Every summer workout, every fall camp practice, and every scrimmage becomes another opportunity to move ahead or fall behind. That's exactly why the entire college football world has its eyes on Tuscaloosa. This isn't simply about naming Alabama's next quarterback. This is about choosing the player who could lead one of the sport's most prestigious programs back into the college football playoff conversation and potentially compete for another national championship. The pressure couldn't be any greater. One decision could shape the entire 2026 season. So now I want to hear from you, Crimson Tide fans. Who should be Alabama's starting quarterback when the Tide takes the field against East Carolina? Should Kalen DeBoer trust Austin Mack's experience and knowledge of the offense? Or is it finally time to hand the keys to Keelan Russell and let one of the nation's most talented young quarterbacks begin a new era in Tuscaloosa? Leave your opinion in the comments because I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another breaking Alabama football story. Roll Tide!